We have two excellent matchups in the Final Four on Saturday, April 4th, and I got the winning totals in both of those games. Illinois, UConn, and also Arizona and Michigan. All four of those teams, I should say, are explosive offensively, and all four are very underrated or overlooked defensively. So, what prevails? The stronger offense or the stronger defense? Will it be a low scoring game, high scoring games? What's the tempo of each game going to be? I have those answers and much more, folks, coming up in just a moment. Before I get to that, if you have not subscribed to Wager Talk TV, please take a second to do so. It's absolutely free. There's no hidden agenda. There's no strings attached. You'll be privy to some of the best sports betting experts in all the world right here at Wager Talk TV. Be kind enough to give today's video a like. It would go a long way in keeping these videos alive, the volume of videos of which I do, and it's a small token of appreciation for the work, time, and effort I put in to bringing you a quality free pick video each and every time I appear here at Wager Talk TV. So kindly hit that like button, and if you don't, that's fine. I thank you for viewing. All right, so Illinois and UConn, 6:09 p.m. Eastern Time, slated opening tip. Illinois right now, as we speak, on Thursday, April 2nd, approximately 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Illinois is a 2-point favorite, and the total is 139.5. I bring that to your attention on the time I'm recording because there's more than 48 hours before both of these games start, and these lines are subject to change depending on when you view the video. Illinois, like I said, -2 and 139.5. And as I alluded to at the top, we're going to focus in on the total. These teams met at Madison Square Garden back on November 28th, and UConn came away with a 74-61 win, and that game stayed way under the total of 150.5. And as you could see, the odds makers have made a giant switch here. I should say transition in terms of what they made the total in this game. That total closed at 150.5. This total right now stands at 139.5. I should say an adjustment that they made. And that's a pretty large adjustment for two teams that have already met this season, for a total to go from the opening meeting of 150 down to 139.5. So keep that in mind. Illinois, 3-0 to the under in their last three games in the NCAA tournament, all against better competition than their opening round opponent. And those last three NCAA tournament games for Illinois have averaged 127 points scored per game combined between Illinois and their opponents. UConn has gone under the total in two of their last three. And again, stepping up in competition. And those three games only averaged 135 points per game. Now, Illinois and UConn, they could score the basketball. But keep in mind, folks, these teams play at a very slow pace. And these are two underrated defensive teams. As a matter of fact, UConn is ranked number 9 nationally in defensive efficiency, while Illinois comes in at number 20 in that category. On top of that, when it comes to offensive and defensive pace, all right, let's look at what opponents do against Illinois this year. Opponents of Illinois are number 336 in the nation in terms of time of possession offensively. So Illinois slows these teams down to an absolute crawl. And the tempo of their games, I'll get to in a second, but are conducive to low-scoring games, especially against a good defensive opponent. UConn, on the other hand, their opponents, number 340 in offensive time of possession. That means all teams that's faced UConn this year, number 340 in terms of offensive time of possession. And UConn, just like Illinois, who's number 336, really stymies teams and takes them down to the end of the 30-second clock for the most part. UConn games this season rank number 319 in terms of tempo. That's with both teams involved. And Illinois their games rank number 296 in regards to tempo. So again, not only do both teams keep their opponents' time of possession up there in terms of like 19 seconds or 20 seconds out of the 30-second clock. I don't have the exact figure, but it's up there. And both teams are very good defensively. UConn number 9 in defensive efficiency, Illinois number 20 in terms of tempo of their games. UConn number 319 and Illinois number 296, which means the tempo of their games are way below average. And UConn is also allowing 65.8 points per game, and Illinois just 59.8 points per game in their 4 NCAA tournament games. So they've shut down opponents completely for a variety of reasons, of which I've just covered. UConn also number 306 this year when it comes to, there's a category, let me start with this. There's a category at KenPom that when you take free throws attempts and field goal attempts and add them up, we want to see what the percentage of those are free throw attempts. Well, UConn's number 306 in that regard, with 30.8% of those shots being free throw attempts as opposed to field goal attempts. Illinois is number 1 nationally in terms of free throw attempts against field goal attempts. The Illini, when adding teams' free throw attempts and field goal attempts against them, only allow 19.4% of those attempts to be free throws. So they really, it's hard to get to the free throw line against Illinois. And when you do, it's normally not in abundance. So I like this game to go under the total of 139.5. Illinois, UConn, under 139.5. Arizona and Michigan, 8:49 p.m. Eastern time. And a lot of people are tabbing this as the true national championship game. Let's slow it down a little, because these are 4 excellent teams left in the Final Four. Arizona right now, as we speak, and again, folks, it's now 3:07 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday the 2nd. These games won't be played for another 48 hours. But as of right now, Michigan is a 1.5 point favorite, with the total being 157.5. Here's the thing. Michigan has scored 90-plus points in all 4 of their NCAA tournament games. Arizona has scored 78 points or more in their last 8 games. So I should say 78 points or more scored in each of their last 8. But you look at both of these teams defensively, and according to KenPom, Michigan is number 1 and Arizona is number 2 in the nation when it comes to defensive efficiency. So both these teams could lock it down defensively. Both like to play a lot more up-tempo basketball than the first game we talked about, Illinois, UConn. But again, we can't ignore the fact how good these teams are defensively, and solely not just concentrate on the amount of points they've been scoring, especially during the NCAA tournament, in Arizona's case, beyond. Neutral court teams like Arizona, by the way, neutral court college basketball teams like Arizona, all teams like Arizona playing on a neutral floor, and the total is 150 to 159.5. And those teams like Arizona scored 75 points or more in each of their last 3 games, and are facing an opponent that has scored 80 points or more in each of their last 4. Michigan had 90 or more in their last 4. Those games in that exact situation have gone 24-5 to the under on a neutral floor, 82.8% to the under, and that goes all the way back to the start of the 2016-2017 season. Now, 29 games in all, 24 unders, and the average total in those games was 155.9. Not far off of what we're seeing right now is 157.5. And it was a combined average of just 144.3 points per game. I don't care if it's in the low 140s, mid 140s, as long as it goes under the total of 157.5, because that's where I'm going with this. And you look at Arizona, they played 6 games against teams ranked in the top 10 by KenPom. and they held them to 69 points per game. So Michigan falls in that category. And during their Elite Eight win over Tennessee, Arizona held the Volunteers to just 62 points and 31.6% shooting from the field. So I like Michigan and Arizona to go under the total of 157.5. That's Michigan, Arizona, under 157.5. Let me get that up for you right now. There you go. Illinois, UConn, under 139.5. Michigan, Arizona, under 157.5. I will have both winning sides in the Final Four on Saturday as part of my premium packages and part of my premium picks. And one of them will be a 5% best bet. So you don't want to miss out on that, folks. Since the beginning of the round of since the round of 64, I've gone 13-7 in the NCAA tournament with my premium picks, 65%. College basketball premium picks overall, I just been killing it since December 31st of 2025. My college basketball premium picks are 89-57, 61%. And that includes a current 55-30 run on those plays, which is good for 65%. All sports, little bit of a tough go over the last couple days with my premium picks, but as a lot of you already know, that happens on occasion, and I usually quickly bounce back with a vengeance, and I certainly plan on doing that here. But up 189 units in net profit since May the 13th of 2025. And folks, $1,459 will get you 365-day all access plan, all my premium picks, all sports, including 5% best bets for $1,459. That amounts to around $3.99 per day on average when you break it down. I just gave you all the numbers. And not only that, last year, 2025 Major League Baseball season ranked number 1 in units earned. The 2025 calendar year, I ranked number 1 in units earned. Last college football season ranked number 1 in units earned. And I'll have some pretty good statistics I'm going to be sharing with you that how I've done in the NBA playoffs since 2021, all documented and monitored by Wager Talk Media. So looking forward to the NBA playoffs, looking forward to the NHL playoffs, and certainly looking forward to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament championship game. Until the next time, for Ross the Boss Benjamin and Wager Talk TV, take care and God bless, folks.